Hey, what's up, guys? I'm going to talk about a film called Bitter Feast, which, if you haven't heard of it, don't feel bad. It was shown at some film festival and then quietly released on DVD. I saw the trailer for it on some movie that I rented, and it's a small, independent, like horror thriller with like kind of a crazy concept or premise, but I thought it was fun. Basically, there is this, famous chef. He's got a restaurant, he's got a TV show and whatnot, but he's a total asshole, and so he's like about to lose his show, and losing his restaurant, and he's played by James LaGrosse, who I don't know who he is. He's been in a ton of shit, but I can't recognize him. But he reads a review of his show by this food critic called J.T. Franks, who's played by Joshua Leonard from the Blair Witch Project, and he is pissed off because it's a negative review, and he like wants to blame all his problems on this food critic guy. So he kidnaps him and he tortures him for the whole movie. That's pretty much what it is. It's kind of different. The torture stuff is it's interesting. Like, he'll basically puts him through a series of like culinary tests. Like, make the perfect over easy. Like, he'll bust out one of the guy's reviews. Like, so say like he was bitching about over easy eggs in this one restaurant, and he'd be like, now you gotta make a over easy egg, and it has to be perfect. If it's not perfect, there will be consequences. I don't know. It's just a fun idea. Good performances from. There were a few times where James LaGrosse, as the chef, just kind of delivered his lines a little weird, but for the most part, he's really fun as like this uptight guy. And you learn a little bit more about his character. It's kind of interesting. And I thought Joshua Leonard was great in it, as like this bitter asshole food critic who, ultimately kind of hates himself. And it's weird because in the beginning, both guys are pretty unlikable. So you're like, what the fuck? Who am I supposed to care about? But I ended up liking Joshua Leonard's character. And it was great to see him in a movie. I haven't seen him in anything since the Blair Witch Project. Those guys got kind of fucked over, the cast of that movie by Hollywood. Joshua Leonard, I guess he's been doing some work. He was in that Hump Day movie. I guess Heather Donahue's done a little bit here and there, but the one guy, like Chris Williams or whatever, he's gotten no work. He's like a manager of a theater in New York or something, but nothing in film since. Anyways, that's a total side note. The movie, I think it's fun. It's a little goofy, but it's a fun movie. Like, just the premise is fun. The performances are good, especially Joshua Leonard. It's a different idea, different take on the genre. I thought it looked very good, even though it was shot on a real low budget camera. I thought it looked good. I really liked the score in it, and you could hear it in the background right here. It's the score, and I want to say the guy who did the score was Jeff Grace, yeah, who has done a bunch of like horror movies like House of the Devil, Stakeland, Last Winter, stuff like that. But he also was like, he worked in the music department on Lord of the Rings films. But I like this little piano score. It's nice. The movie's kind of goofy, but it's also fun. It kind of goes into real goofy territory near the end, and I thought the ending itself was not that great, but it wasn't terrible. It was a fun ride getting there. Um, it's a little bit long. It's 103 minutes. I think they could probably have chopped 10 minutes of it off. But overall, I mean, if you want to see like a low budget thriller, different type of take on the torture porn genre, this is actually really good. It's good enough, anyways. It's fun. I enjoyed it, and it was good to see Joshua Leonard doing something again in a film. And I even liked James LaGrosse, if that's how you say his name, as the chef. Like I said, there was like one line where I was like, that was a poorly delivered line. Other than that, I mean, this isn't anything amazing, but it was fun, and it was fun to see Joshua Leonard, and he did a great job in it. So, yeah, check it out. Sorry to be so subdued or whatever here, but anyways, I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5 stars. I'd say give it a shot. It's worth a rental at least, or if it's on TV, definitely check it out. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it. Anyways, later, guys.